Hello, hello. Are we live? I just hit the live button. I don't know if it's... Please let me know if y'all can hear me, if we are live yet. I'm still getting used to... Oh, still getting used to this. But hopefully we should be live. Can you all hear me? Okay. Yeah, I think you can. Okay, I think what happens is when I go live on Restream, there's a little bit of a delay. So it's like I'm live, but it's like I can't see it. All right, fantastic. You can all hear me. I'm back. Let me just start off by saying thank you to everybody who has been donating through Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal while I deal with this demonetization issue. I needed to take some time off because of it, because it was just frustrating me so much. I don't really get hater comments that often too much anymore. I'd kind of thought that the haters just got bored after all these years, but when I posted on my community tab about my frustrations the last week because of everything going on, I got at least 5 hater comments. And that is just insane to me. Like, I've not seen that many hater comments actually in a while. So that tells me that the trolls are still listening. They definitely, these were not from squaddies or anybody who listens to this channel regularly. Like, it was definitely trolls. And I was like, wow. So the trolls are still listening. Wow. Also great to hear that my sound is okay. I noticed on my last podcast that, like, I think Restream is a lot better at there will be like kind of blanks in the audio, but not that ridiculous motorboat kind of sound that we had going on before. So fingers crossed, just the audio and everything in general just gets better as I've now moved platform. And thank you so much for being patient with me all this time. I should have honestly just moved from StreamYard a long time ago. Don't know why it took me so long, but it's just like when you get used to something for so long, it's just like you're used to it. So thank you for being so patient with me, and hopefully things will be better as we move forward. Now, with all of that said, let's get into some updates. Okay, we will start with just a little bit of a recap. So Harry and Meghan had actually gone to Canada for this David Foster Foundation Gala. That's something that I didn't actually even mention properly in my last podcast when I spoke about it. They got in, went to Victoria, British Columbia, and were able to just, get in, support, and get out. No leaks as usual, no leaks in Montecito. And did they not look absolutely lovely? I didn't show this picture last time, the one that's on the screen. Meghan and Harry just of a selfie. And Meghan just turned 45, y'all. Like, this is what it looks like to be loved, to be glowing. This is what it looks like. And to be away from a toxic environment. And Harry too. Looking very sharp. I think what made the photo stand out so much was just how comfortable they looked. For people who were supposedly, according to the tabloids, miserable and desperate to return to Britain, constantly on the verge of divorce, and somehow trapped in an unhappy marriage, they keep producing an inconvenient amount of evidence to the contrary. And that's why these appearances are always just so funny. Because it's like, what are y'all talking about still after all these years? And Canada's an important place for Harry and Meghan during the transition out of royal life. Canada was it was a haven temporarily, and obviously where Meghan spent a lot of her time filming Suits. Let's have a look at this. Let's just see if there's any more details that I missed about this. No, they looked absolutely fabulous. Nice to see them out. And yeah, that is that. Next thing that I want to cover. Yes. So the Daily Fail sent, what slide is it on now? The Daily Fail sent its rank reporters to Portugal following Harry and Meghan's holiday. So I think this is Jose Santos, president of the local tourist board, told the Daily Fail, "For us to have Harry and Meghan and Eugenie and her family as guests and residents is such a fantastic advert for the area. It's a closely guarded secret, well, up until now, but word is getting out and we are getting more and more people coming here. But the locals are very discreet and they don't talk about them. But you're talking about them. Why? Why? So now we know that you can't be trusted. I mean, this is at least a little bit less on the crazy scale than sending Jan Moore all the way to California. Jan Moore apparently wasn't available to pop down to Portugal. She was definitely available to go all the way to California, though. Now, this area is also apparently where Eugenie chills with her partner, I think her partner Jack. And Sarah Ferguson apparently has been, my gosh, can y'all hear my cat? Oh my God, he really wants my attention. It's like having a toddler. Let me just see if I can do. Is there noise suppression? Baxo, I'll play with you in a minute. So Fergie has apparently gone down to Portugal. Oh, you can hear him. Oh my goodness. I have fed him, by the way. He's not starving. He just wants my attention. So the Mail has managed to track Fergie down to Portugal. And so Jack, Eugenie's partner, has a job at a real estate company down there. And then at some point, 2022, 2023, 2024, Harry and Meghan supposedly purchased one of the villas down in the area as well. And they've apparently been visiting Portugal quite regularly in recent years. And the Mail only got a hard confirmation on that last month when Meghan posted, the Instagram carousels. Up until now, it's kind of just been a rumor. Yes, Tristan, he's calling me. He's actually a very, very clingy cat. I didn't realize when I first got him, like he would come and sit near me. I think he was still trying to gauge whether or not he could trust me. But he's actually so much more clingier than I thought. Like he'll literally be at my feet when I'm walking. And yeah, he likes attention. So okay, so obviously Eugenie gave birth to her child in Portugal recently as well. And all of that meant that the Mail spent money to send someone to the area to talk to the locals. And apparently, Sarah Ferguson has turned up to help with the baby. So now that Eugenie has given birth, apparently she's left that chateau wherever she was. Still I mean, obviously she'd want to spend time with her daughter, but still very much avoiding the UK. I'm still wondering, I'm wondering where Fergie stands with the other royals, because I still feel that she's very much in danger. And again, I'm not saying this because I feel sorry for her. I'm saying this just through the context of we know how the Windsor family and the firm is. She's still very much in this dangerous spot where she could be used as a scapegoat for Andrew. Um oh my god. So the Daily Mail has all this ridiculous details about how much money Meghan spent, which I'm not even going to get into because, like, really not our business. Um, let's have a look. So yeah, it seems like Fergie's down there, at least for now. Not much on Andrew, but we do have details about what they could possibly do in the event of a funeral. Now, I believe that they are likely going to redo. Obviously, all of the royals have plans for their funerals that are like pre-done, but Andrew in particular, for reasons obvious, I don't think that it would be a good idea to give him a state funeral. That is going to be a giant state protest. Now, the palace would have us believe that Prince Andrew is Andrew Mountbatten Windsor now, with no prince title or HRH. But it's worth noting um, that the measures taken against Andrew were largely symbolic. I don't even know what's really going on with the police investigation. They've pretty much buried that. And I mean, I had said before, if Andrew has any charges against him, it will be something to do with espionage. I don't even know if that is going to happen. Oh, thank you so much for sharing my travel channel. Church Nelly, just double check the link because I actually changed it. I changed it from Anne the Nomad to my name now. So that link might be broken. By the way, YouTube is anyone that's interested in getting involved in YouTube or monetizing a YouTube channel. YouTube, as of next February, are doubling the requirements for monetization. So it will go from you have to have 4,000 watch hours to 8,000 watch hours. So if you were thinking about getting into YouTube or using YouTube as a platform for anything, you've basically got 5 months before they double the requirement. I might actually, if anybody's interested, do some kind of workshop on that. But just so y'all know, thank you for posting that though, Church Nelly. Just double check because that link that you posted might be broken. So anyway, as I was saying, so I feel like with the Andrew and the palace, it's more of a gentleman's agreement more than anything. It doesn't mean anything. He's still not in jail. He's still being looked after. He's still being funded. Security's still being funded. And it's going to keep coming up that Andrew gets all of the benefits of royalty. But will he get those benefits when it comes to his funeral? Obviously, most royals have what's called a bridge plan. Their funeral plans are all named after British bridges. So London Bridge for the Queen, Menai Bridge for Charles, Forth Bridge for Prince Philip. and those plans get adjusted throughout their lives. So, according to the Daily Fail, Andrew is due to receive a royal ceremonial funeral still, despite his dramatic downfall and being stripped of all his titles. Senior Whitehall sources said that Andrew remains on a secret government list of royals who will receive high-profile funerals, even though he became a private citizen following revelations of his friendships with PDF file Jeffrey Epstein. The newspaper understands the controversial arrangement is part of the government's so-called bridge plans, which lay out far in advance and in meticulous detail the funeral arrangements for members of the royal family. Queen Elizabeth's funeral in 2020 followed a blueprint known as Operation London Bridge, while Prince Philip's was Operation Forth Bridge after the bridge close to the Scottish capital. Although the details of the arrangements for Andrew's funeral are unknown, royal experts believe a service would be held at St. George's Chapel in Windsor, where the funerals of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were held. It is not expected that the plan for 66-year-old Andrew, which is overseen by the Cabinet Office and kept under constant review, will be required for some time, and that he appears to be in good health, unfortunately. In my opinion, they should just have a private ceremony. Don't do any pomp and pageantry for Andrew. That is just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. And I think if they did do any, it would be a disaster. Yeah, it's rather audacious. State funeral. You said, I hear your cat. It's okay. Let him meow. I have 2 beloved cats. Yeah, he's stopped now. Yeah, cookies and cream. They know Harry and Meghan don't need them. For sure they don't. Oh, Black Queen's become a granny? Really? Congratulations. Always happy to hear good things about our squaddies. Gosh, I feel like I haven't seen certain squaddies in a while. Like, I know some people maybe stop listening or they listen to another podcast, but there's some people that I just haven't seen. Dorothy Ross. Does anybody know if Dorothy Ross is okay? It's okay if you're taking a break from listening, Dorothy Ross, but let us know you're okay. Haven't heard from her in a while. I don't even think. Have you seen Dorothy Ross in Baron's chats, y'all? Please let us know she's okay. I mean, given the Mail's exclusive, I suspect that Andrew's bridge plans will be revised. I would actually doubt, if they're smart enough, that anything will be held in London. The family will likely just keep it quiet and as private as possible. Maybe a service and burial in Windsor with no cameras. No cameras. But if they did the whole shebang, the whole tour, like they did with the Queen, and mind you, they let Andrew join the procession during that. So could they be stupid enough to let Andrew join? I don't know, maybe. And have a big funeral? I don't know, maybe. No, she said, I think they are dumb enough to do all the things for Andrew. I think they're dumb enough to do all the things for Andrew as well. I genuinely think they are. Anyway, on much nicer news. Actually, let's stick to the tea for a second. Let's stick to the tea. Princess Anne, who I unfortunately share a name with. Some interesting stuff coming out about her supposed fortune. Now, Princess Anne is often hailed as the hardest working royal. For me, I measure royals by whatever impact they create. And for Princess Anne, we're told that she does all of these engagements, but impact, I don't know. I don't see what the impact is. And it would be great if we did see where the impact is, because she apparently has a personal fortune between 15 and 20 million. How is that possible? What has she done to get that 20 million? Anyway, her 76th birthday is coming up. The Daily Mail decided that they were going to publish a somewhat shady account of Anne's money. Mind you, the royals don't really earn money because they don't really work. I mean, they obviously get money from the sovereign grant, but I think that I've always said there's such a lack of transparency when it comes to sovereign grant, royal money, who gets what money, who gets what inheritance money. Is that inheritance money taxed? You know, there's really not a whole lot of clarity around all of that. Okay, do you know what? Just give me a sec, folks. I think my cat really, really wants my attention. Right, just give me a sec. I'm gonna go grab him. Because he really, really wants my attention. He's okay. He just wants my attention. One sec. Give me one moment. Let me put some music on. One sec. Okay, I put him on his favorite little bed thing, and he's calmed down. So hopefully he will stop meowing. Oh. So he wants to contribute to the life. Yeah, he was meowing the whole time. Like, he really, really wanted my attention. He's okay now. All right. Wendy, you said, I'm so glad Harry's immigration records court case is closed. The US State Department shut it down. Oh, really? I didn't even know about that. Wow, thank you for catching that. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't really think that was going to go anywhere anyway. Kitty loves him some Anne. Literally, do you know, I am with him almost all day because I don't really go during the day. Like, I'm working at home. So I'm with him all the time. And mind you, it's going to like 4 a.m. here as well. Do you know what I think it is? Cats also around like 4 to 6 a.m. That's when like their hunting instincts really switch on. So it could also just be that. I don't know. All right. So where was I even? Oh yes, Anne's money. Sorry, we're talking about Anne's money. Before Baxo wanted kisses and cuddles. Yeah, I didn't even know that Anne had any money. So she was given I think it's Gatcombe Park. Her mother bought it for her. With what money, I don't know. All she's ever done is work for the firm. So how has she accumulated, according to this article, an 8-figure estate? According to Norman Barker, I mean, this year she's been to South Korea and Thailand to strengthen diplomatic ties. Okay. In what way? I didn't even hear about that. Did anybody see Anne twaddle off to South Korea or Thailand? She attended the Commonwealth Games. Didn't see that. I didn't even know the Commonwealth Games was on. By the time I realized live on the podcast, you lot told me it was finished. And apparently she's notched up over 478 engagements. And over her lifetime has passed the 11,000 mark. Ding, ding, ding. And shows no signs of stopping. I mean, good for her if it gets her out the house. It's just, I don't really know what she ever does. But good for her if it gets her out the house. So let me take Andrew's ugly mug off the screen. Oh, there we go. By the way, that's the house that she lives in with her husband. This is why these people were hating on Meghan. Horses and private investments. It could be that also. Could be that also. He wants to contribute to the podcast. Indeed, he does. I mean, I feel like he contributed quite a bit right there. I feel like he contributed quite a bit until I put him on his bed. And now he's really calm, not saying a word. So apparently over the years, she's quietly put together a small fortune. And it's thought to be worth between 15 and 20 million. And it helps that apparently she's notoriously frugal. Let's see. Apparently she's also amassed over years an impressive and expensive collection of jewelry, which includes a pearl necklace worth over £1 million and a dazzling collection of tiaras, which is estimated to be a further 5 million in total. Her inherited wealth, benefiting from trust established for her, most notably by the late Queen Mother, the royals take great care to ensure wealth is passed down generations with the minimum possible amount of tax paid. Well, I think we know this. She apparently receives an allowance from Charles, just over 200,000. I would genuinely love to know how royal trusts are structured and who has received that money from various other royals. What money from various other royals? From what I've heard, the Queen Mother was in debt, so I don't know how much she would have had in an estate to give to her grandkids. My understanding was that she was in debt. Prince Philip, well, I mean, any money that he would have gotten was accumulated from the Queen. How much could he have left for his grandkids? Mind you, his will is going to be locked for 99 years. So we'll never know. I guess my grandkids can revive this podcast one day and tell all your grandkids. They'll all be on this podcast in 2 generations. I mean, has she been pocketing sovereign grant money? There's always been such a lack of transparency when it comes to royal money. Can they do that? Anyway, my guess is that Anne probably owns some estates and jewelry, and maybe she's made some arrangements for trusts for her kids and grandkids. But out of all of the left behinds, Anne truly seems actually the least concerned about money in general. That's the interesting part. Like William always seems desperate and thirsty for money. Andrew, for reasons obvious. Anne never actually seems too concerned about money, to be honest. So whatever money she does have, she's clearly been very smart with it. I think Anne has probably always known, given how Margaret was treated, given how the firm operates, she's not a main event. She probably has actually been very smart with her money. Yeah, exactly. We see the house. We see the house. We can see the frugalness. But you know, frugal doesn't necessarily have to mean frumpy. Frugal doesn't mean frumpy. Give a 15-year-old $100 and let them go to the Hobby Lobby or IKEA or Amazon and look at how glamorous they will make their room. Frugal doesn't necessarily mean frumpy. This right here, this is frumpiness. Okay. All his money went to Penny. Probably. Rumor has it, allegedly, for the lawyers listening. And probably rents out her stables. Yeah, probably that as well. Maybe horse training. Now Meghan gave a really, I think she gave an interview to, was it People magazine? You know, they've been doing a promotion for Cookie Queens, which had apparently a nice humble opening. Get to that in a sec. Let me just find my picture of Meghan. Oh, why is this article not loading? So from People magazine, Meghan is opening up about her source of strength ahead of the release of her production company's first ever documentary, Cookie Queens. The Duchess was asked what she considers to be her superpower during a string of questions from kids fielded by InStyle. Meghan replied, being a mum. That's what she considers to be her superpower. She said, I feel like we have superpowers because we juggle it all. Meghan explained, and enjoy it all with grace and grit at the same time. Meghan also revealed what makes her feel brave. My daughter, she said, referencing Lilibet, every day when I feel a little bit like, oh gosh, can I do this? I go, Lily would do it. That's very sweet. And elsewhere in the interview, Meghan was asked about what her and her family's favorite Girl Scout cookies are. She prefers shortbread cookies, while her family likes Samoas. What she would tell herself as a child, life is full of surprises, and who her role model was when she was a little girl. She says, it always goes back to your teachers, Meghan said. Of her role model, she says, I had a great teacher, Miss Linda. I looked up to her so much. She was my math teacher, and I am not good at math. Meghan also spoke about the young girls featured in Cookie Queens, calling them multidimensional and honest. Just being behind the scenes and getting to know them through this process, how they've all become close with each other and support each other, she said. Meghan's always given like kindergarten teacher energy. Whenever she talks about kids or she's near kids, she just has that sweet Miss Honey from Matilda kind of vibe, which is also what makes this years-long campaign to convince people that Meghan is an unhinged diva who screams at people ridiculous, because she's so clearly not like that. Like, she's a person that talks in a calm kindergarten teacher voice. The most aggression you'll get is a slight annoyance because the kids aren't eating their vegetables. Like this is the monster that they're trying to paint. I think there was some details on how well Cookie Queens did. Let me have a look if there was anything written about it. Let's have a look. Apparently, Kate might go to Earthshot this year. But we'll talk about that in another podcast. Let's see. See if there's any. I'm trying to look for if there's anything on Cookie Quinn's numbers. Maybe on Feminagra. Let's see if they have anything about it. Oh yes, so it did. Here we go. So obviously, this is an independent documentary, not a studio blockbuster. And it has been getting positive reviews. So the film has generally received favorable coverage from several outlets. Martin's Musings described it as a charming new documentary that takes the annual Girl Scout cookie ritual and turns it into a surprisingly engaging story. The review praised the film's warmth and called it an encouraging message about the next generation and gave the film a B+. So the Boston Herald noted the film's depth, humor, and determination. And the New York Times called the film terrifically entertaining, praising its subjects as fun to watch and noting that the film is a slice of life documentary about something so many Americans have experienced. Even the Daily Beast acknowledged that the reviews were mixed rather than disastrous, but also noted that the film was praised for its empowering message. So the film earned around about 250,000, which for an independent film, this is not a blockbuster. I wouldn't necessarily call that a flop. And the British tabloids are just being horrible. The Daily Express framing it as fresh humiliation. I mean, you're going after a movie about Girl Scouts, for goodness sake. GB News went even further, saying it received crushing reviews. These people are sad. What an absolutely sad bunch. Anyway, if you have Cookie Queen showing near you, please go and support it. Earning more than $300,000 from a limited theatrical documentary release, you can't compare that to a blockbuster. That's insane. And they were also very brave releasing it around the same time as Spider-Man. So there was a lot of competition at the box office the last few weeks. Anywho, those who it was like less than 500 theaters. I think that's pretty what for a documentary as well, and for a very niche topic. Who says they're going to see Cookie Queen tomorrow? Nurse Wife Mother. Yes, please do go and see it. Sam, you said you saw Cookie Queens. It was worth the ticket. It just looks like a really nice, feel-good film. So please do go and support. Take the kiddies. All right, folks. I'm gonna wrap things up there. Thank you as always. Do drop a comment before you go. How was the sound? Was it other than other than my cat? How was my sound? How was my speaking? Were there jumps? Was there buffering? Were there gaps? Please let me know because obviously we're using Restream now. We've moved away from StreamYard, and I have to measure how this new technology is doing and what the experience is like for y'all. So please do let me know how it is, and hopefully things will be just so much better with this new tech going forward. All right. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for being patient with me. And hopefully by the end of next week I'll have all this monetization stuff sorted out. Clark, it was so clear we heard the cat meow. All right, folks. Appreciate you so much. Ciao.